cooking another American classic, the Salisbury steak. We absolutely loved biscuits and gravy, so today is a different take on gravy. So we're going to brown gravy, which is something we know here in the UK, but I'm guessing this is going to taste massively different. We're going to have this dish with mashed potatoes. So I've got the potatoes boiling over here so we can get that going. Now I need to season this ground beef. So we've got 1 pound of ground beef and we've got to pop it into our mixing bowl. Now in with a cup of panko breadcrumbs, 1 large beaten egg, 2 teaspoons of tomato ketchup, next a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. You can see Mr. H has already been tucking into this jar of mustard, half a teaspoon of my friend dried oregano, and then in with a teaspoon of the kosher salt. We've got to mix this all together, and I think probably no better way than getting in there with the hands. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm guessing like with meatloaf, like with pot roast, a lot of you have different recipes that you follow for making Salisbury steak. So feel free to reach out to us, let us know in the comments how you do your Salisbury steak, because if this is good, and I'm guessing it will be, we'll be making it again and we might just use your recipe. Okay, now we need to make this into 4 individual patties. So this is where I'm probably going to stumble. So I'm guessing a patty needs to be like a burger, is that right? But quite thick. I'm no good at my measurements really. So it says 3/4 of an inch thick. Okay, now we need to add the steaks into the skillet and cook for about 3 minutes on each side until a golden brown crust. I'm going to do my best not to play with these. I'm not going to pod them, poke them, twist them, turn them, flip them, whatever. I'm just going to leave them and let them do their thing. One thing I am learning about the cast iron skillet and the Dutch oven is it does cook differently to some of my other cooking equipment. So I think I've got to learn like how to use it, what kind of temperatures, where the hot spots are, because even though it heats up really quickly, I do seem to burn food a little bit more in these. So if you've got any tips for me, then just let me know, because I do love using these, but I'm not very good at using these. I kind of want to just move them to the side, but I'm going to try not to touch, or just do that. I'm going to give this gadget another go. It wasn't very good for my fried eggs when I tested it, but I'm going to see if it works okay for these patties. I see like a little bit of browning on the bottom, so I think it's about time to give these a little flip. Okay, this device, not very good for eggs, but works perfectly for hamburger patties. So if you struggle to flip things like I do, this might be your fella, but not for eggs. I've just reduced the heat on the skillet to a medium-low heat, and now I need to go in with 1.5 cups of beef stock. I need 1 tablespoon of Tommy K. I need a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, and in with 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Just need to whisk this to combine, and then I'm adding in those mushrooms. Okay, in with 6 ounces of sliced mushrooms. Okay, in with the mushrooms. Ah! Still went in. Didn't do a very good job at slicing some of these, did I? And we just need to let this simmer for 5 minutes until the sauce thickens. I'm really surprised there's no like cream or sour cream or whole milk or anything in this gravy. Not that that's how we make it, but I was just expecting it. No corn flour, no flour in this particular recipe either. So we'll just see how this one ends up. I'm guaranteeing a lot of you have a different recipe for this one. The recipe that I'm following today, I'm going to link in the description, is from bellyful.net. So check out that recipe. Let me know if you would do anything different. Reach out to us in the comments. I do need to season this with salt and pepper, but I'm not going to go crazy on this step since Alana's going to be joining us for this one, so I don't want to make it too salty or too peppery. Okay, let's just give that a little stir. It is thickening up nicely. I'm just concerned that we're not going to have enough gravy because Mr. H really likes gravy. Well, so do I as well. Who doesn't? I just got to add the patties back in. And we need to cook this for another 10 minutes covered until they're thoroughly cooked. Now I don't have a lid for this skillet, but something I learned from the man and legend that is Mr. Cowboy Ken, absolute genius, was to just use foil. So I'm gonna wrap it in a bit of foil and let that cook covered for another 10 minutes. Okay, I guess I'll see you all soon when this is ready to plate up, and no doubt the rest of the family will be joining me to eat. So traditionally the Salisbury steak, I believe, is served with roasted broccoli, which is what I tried to do.
Okay, is that nice?
Okay.
Well, she has only tried the broccoli so far. What about some of this? It's like hamburger
Oh wow, mushrooms.
and hamburger and gravy. Do you want to try a bit of that?
Try some.
Oh, straight in with the hands. What do you think of that?
Is that nice?
Yes. I
A 2 still, though.
2. She's a hard one to please, isn't
You're a
she?
cheeky monkey.
What about potato?
choose.
Oh.
Nope.
Mmm. Nice.
Oh, she's going for seconds of the potato, so the potato may be good.
So what's this dish called?
This is the Salisbury steak.
Salisbury. Well, there's a place in the UK called Salisbury, which isn't a million miles away.
It's not named after that. Apparently, a physician called James H. Salisbury used to advocate for having this meal for digestive disorders.
Oh well, I might better have some of this then.
Okay, well, I'm going straight for the hamburger, or the steak as it should be called. A bit of mushroom.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, it looks like quite a comfort food, quite a comforting food. It's a cold day, you can have some of this, it's going to be nice, warm you up, like a warm little hug.
Like a warm little hug.
Okay, I can't wait any longer, I'm afraid.
Tuck one in. It's actually good.
You sound surprised.
Well, it's just quite an easy meal, isn't it?
Mmm. Mmm. I like that seasoning.
Do you think it's too seasoned?
No.
When I tasted it, I think there was too much salt in it, and I don't think I went heavy on the salt seasoning, so I did try and do a few tricks to try and counteract some of that salt.
I think it's fine. What's in it?
So we made the burger patties ourselves, or the Salisbury steak. So that had ketchup, Dijon mustard,
Ooh.
salt, oregano, and then the sauce itself, the gravy, it's got more ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, onion powder.
Oh.
Very, very tasty.
And the mashed potato, really good. Mushrooms, great.
Oh, I don't try my broccoli. Eat your greens, eh?
Good.
Just a bit of roasted broccoli.
Would you like roasted veg?
This is a good, comforting meal. Apparently it's one of those things that was popular in the 19th century in New York City. I think it was meant to cater for the European immigrants.
Okay.
But when I was making this, it did remind me of Polish schnitzel, which is like German schnitzel, so German pork burgers, basically.
Not exact It depends on the time of year. For me, I wouldn't have this like in the summer.
No, because we'd have a burger on our new smoker.
Absolutely. In the winter, that would be right up there with like a stew or like a pot roast. Really, really good. Real nice comfort. Feel like I've had a bit of a hug. So for me, I'd give that a good solid 8 out of 10.
That was exactly what I was thinking. Exactly an 8 out of 10. More than a 2 for you, or is it still 2 out of 10?
A 3.
A 3!
Oh, he's got that one. Yay!
Yay!
If you enjoyed this video and what we do, let us know by subscribing to the channel, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we upload a video, because we've got some cracking videos coming up. You do not want to miss that. And all that leaves this little family to say is...
The cat.
Pika.
What?
Pika.
All that leaves us to say is,
Pika.
God bless.
Yeah, I eat it.
and see you on the next video.